Hey everyone. Yeah, I thought I'd kind of do this 2017 Apricot Fiesta haul and kind of give you my overview on the entire Fiesta this year. As you probably have seen in the video before, I did say I had a good time, and I did. You know, I got to walk around a lot more on my own this year than usual. That was pretty good. I got to film a little bit more and stuff. Here's the thing though, the Fiesta video that I put together courtesy of Windows Movie Maker was not just shot on here on this camera, but there was a lot more footage that I had. Unfortunately, most of that footage is kind of private, so only family can look at that footage right now. I will say this, sooner or later I do plan to probably re-edit it together, maybe down the line if I want to, but it may, and what that means is I may slice in the family moments in there, but it might take time. And what I'm talking about time is I may have to wait until certain things occur for it to happen. Anyway, with that said, I wanted to kind of let you know that it was alright. I think the only downside as far as vendors go, and I'm not talking food vendors, the food vendors were about the same. You had a few additions here and there, but they were about the same. Very good food. No doubt about it. But the food vendors, they stayed remotely the same. The rides were about the same. Some things were taken out, like I think they took out the petting zoo. They had the pony rides there for the kids. They took out the petting zoo. They had the big slide. They had some new things. They took up some old things. They even had, and you can see it in the video when I walk around, they had this big ride which kind of goes in a circle above and around. According to my one of my sisters, they have that at the Sacramento Fair. So that's that was kind of cool to find out that it's a similar, that the ride we had there is kind of, like I said, it's a big circle one that goes like this, so on its side. So it was kind of cool to see that. There were, like I said, there were some rides you could tell they were taken out. Everything else, like in the circle, the square area, kind of remained the same. Like all the sponsors, like the American Legions, the Mountain Mikes, the Xfinities, the beers, of course, they all remained the same. One of the highlights for me as well is getting this smoothie. It's a mixture smoothie that you can actually make at home yourself. It's just ice blended in with strawberries, bananas, and peach, and it's very good. Very, very refreshing on a hot day. So it was kind of fun. I know that when I know that one of my goals that when I got off and me and my mom went to the Fiesta, one of my goals was to get a beer and just, you know, drink my troubles away a little bit, if you will. And I actually had about 4 or 5 beers at the Fiesta. I think about 5 beers at the Fiesta, and then maybe 1 beer over at the Shooters Bar and Grill. So yeah, I had about 6 beers that night, and when I got home it took me about a couple of times throughout the middle of the night to get up and kind of cool myself down in the shower, because I had a little bit of a hangover, a little bit of a headache, and you know, with the heat and everything, that didn't help. But I was able to, like I said, I was able to like cool myself down a little, kind of cool myself down when throughout the night when I got home, just showering and all that. So I was able to do that. And then we went back, of course, after church, And we went back because, well, my mom, she wanted to listen to this Eagles tribute band, which is a good band. You can see a little bit of that on the video that I did. But she just wanted to sit back and enjoy the band, and you know, just not really walk around as much as she did yesterday. You know, I walked around, like I said, because I felt like it, and I was able to get a few things as well. So I was just happy to be able to do that, and you know, just have a good time. Just have a good time with some folks, and you know, just go from there. So yeah, overall it was great. It wasn't great. It was decent. It was kind of, it wasn't. I will say this: as much as good as it wasn't on par as to what it was the years before. And I can only think maybe there was financial reasons behind it, because like I said, you had a decent amount of vendors there, but you could definitely tell it was a little bit more different than it's usually been. So like I said, you kind of had similar vendors as before, but some were very different. You can kind of see that. So as far as what I got over at the Fiesta, not food wise, but like just buying things you wouldn't buy anywhere else. I was able to get a few things. One, I bought my mom this thing. It was like a solid stone. The guy's, I think, out of Carson City, Nevada. It's like solid stone signs, solid rock signs, something like that. And he carves in them. I guess him and a team or somebody carves in them whatever I guess people would enjoy. And I went around, I looked at them, and I looked at these a few times, and then I thought to myself, okay, they gotta have something that's gonna represent what my mom, represent my mom in a way, because my mom was a big San Francisco Giant fan. So I thought to myself, okay, you got man cave. Is this something of equal equivalence from the other side, from the woman's side? And thankfully there was. It was a big SF it was a big stone sign that had a SF on it and said woman cave. So I said, okay, I'll get my mom that. And then later on, went to another vendor, and they actually have a business in Tracy. I think they are, I don't know if they got a sign on here or what, but yeah, they have a vendor in Tracy, and I was able to get this. This was actually about $28 or $23. It's actually $28, but I got it for cheaper. I think I gotta look at my e-receipt. But I got this. This is a official NBA Warriors number 30 Stephen Curry shirt, if you will, right here. So it's pretty cool. And it says NBA store. It's a DS. It's got the NBA logo and everything right there. So I was able to snag this. I was pretty cool with that. And I got my mom a little I guess you could say it's not a keychain, but it's kind of like a little wrist thing. It's kind of like a little shoulder thing, and it has San Francisco Giants on it. So I got her that. The only problem my mom, I think, said she had with the vendor, or the people I bought it from, and these were the same people I had bought my tank top from the year before, my Warriors tank top the year before. I think she said the problem she had with it was the woman. Last year we dealt with the man, the husband, I guess the husband, and this year we dealt with the female, the woman, the wife. And I don't know if maybe she was just impatient, it was the heat or whatever, or something, but it's like just something wasn't something just didn't seem right with this lady. But still, we were able to get do some business. And like I said, I got my t-shirt, I got my mom her little shoulder thing that she can connect to whatever she needs, like luggage or whatever. And then today went back like I said, today or yesterday. Went back after church, and like I said, I walked around, got a got a bottle of Coke, 16-ounce Coke, drank that, walked around, got two jumbo corn dogs for me and my mom. Got myself one of those big smoothie drinks, and on top of that, like I said, went around and I decided, you know what, I'm going to get myself something, you know, on this last day. So I figured, what else could I get me? And usually the one thing about these festivals or these fiestas, and in this case of the Apricot Fiesta, the one thing about these events is the vendor is every now and then you can have not one, not two, but maybe three anime inspired vendors around. And we had maybe two anime inspired ones, but we had one that did stand out because this guy actually did pictures, obviously on his own, or he and some friends do it on their own. So, and basically they're all anime inspired. So I looked at this vendor on Saturday and I thought, this looks interesting. He was still there on Sunday, so I went over and I bought a few things. Now, he was okay. He seemed alright at first, but I guess he got a little impatient because for some odd reason, it's like as soon as I showed up, and this is some kind of a common thread with me and my family, it's like we go somewhere, a lot of people have to follow. Don't know why. But anyway, I went there, and then a lot of other people started showing up, but I was looking around, and I was able to get basically a couple of, I guess you could say, keychain necklaces or something. So I ended up getting this because I was looking around thinking I was thinking, okay, they got the Millennium Ring, they got the Millennium Cross. What else do they have the Millennium Puzzle, the one that Yugi has? And thankfully they did. They had the Millennium Puzzle right here. It's the Millennium Puzzle. They had this there. That was pretty nice to get. Pretty sweet. I actually had, I think this may have been just one of two that they had. So I was happy to get this. Got the Millennium Puzzle, as you can see. I was really happy to get that. And then I saw that they had some Sonic stuff there, and of course there was another vendor that had some. There was another vendor that had some Sonic plushes, but I have enough of those. No offense to Frank Hill or anybody else that sent it to me. I really appreciate those. But like I said, I think I have enough right now. I wouldn't mind any more. I would actually welcome it. It's just that right now I have enough as it is. But anyway, I wanted to see if they had. I saw that they had a Sonic one. And the one that they had was actually a Sonic Heroes one. Yes, this is a Sonic Heroes one. It looks like it was a little open maybe, or maybe that's just remains or something, I don't know. But yeah, he had it actually hooked up. What was funny about this vendor is the way he had these displayed is he had them on little ties. Yeah, like the little ties you put together and to hold something, like let's say tie up like hold down a piece of metal fence if you're putting a couple pieces together, kind of like the cable, basically the cable ties. Well, that's what he had these hung on for a while. So this is the Sonic Heroes keychain, kind of Sonic Heroes keychain right there. So that's pretty good. I was actually happy to snag this. And then on top of that, like I said, he also, I don't know if he does these or he and some friends do them, but he had some drawings, paintings of a lot of artwork of all kinds of Disney, anime kind of stuff from like The Nightmare Before Christmas. He had, I think, some Disney, like the Disney princesses. He had a portrait of that. He had Dragon Ball Z's. He had Sailor Moons. He had, Sonics. He had Naruto. However you spell it, however you pronounce it, Norotro. They had Norotro. I think he had some Fairy Tale in there. He had some Tokyo Ghoul. I think he had some Hunter x Hunter. You name it, he had some kind of a portrait of it. He had Marilyn Monroe, a couple of those. He had, like I said, had some Disney stuff. I think he had a Mickey Mouse here and there. And then he also had another selection that had mostly pictures of a group, I think out of a J-pop group called 17, which was kind of surprising. But yeah, it was an entire group of just pictures of this, mostly pictures, group shots of this J-pop group called 17, and then another J-pop artist I think called Teo or something. So I was kind of surprised by that. But what really caught my eye was, I'll let you see this in a second if I can pull out the movie here and kind of give you an idea of what I have. But what really surprised me was when I saw him have an artistic picture based on this. Yeah, this is the Princess Mononoke movie, one of the best animes out there. One of the best Studio Ghibli movies out there by far. So when I saw the painting that he had, or the drawing that he had, I knew it was only one of two from what I saw, so I knew I had to get one of them. Because if there's an anime fan that's going to walk by at any other festival or fiesta he goes to, they're going to notice one and they're going to want to get it. But I actually had more than just the one I had. As a matter of fact, what he had underneath was like two more. So he obviously had about, I would say, 5 more after this, but still you don't want to take a chance, especially if he's going to move on and you may not see this kind of stuff again. But anyway, I saw the painting, I saw the picture that he had, and I had to get it. And I didn't notice the picture yet on Saturday, because I was looking through them as well. I didn't notice it until today. So I was actually glad to snag it. And like I said, he probably has about 4 or 5 remaining now, maybe 4. But what did I end up getting? How about this right here? I don't know if you can see that. This is Princess Mononoke, or what's her name in the movie? What's her name in the movie? Yeah, it's Princess Mononoke. Well, whatever her other name is in the movie, but yeah, it was Princess Mononoke that they had. And I saw this and I'm thinking, holy crap, this is something I would love to get. And honestly, it's worth it. It was like $14.95 just for this. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, what size is this? And I'm looking at the frames that I have some of my Sonic pictures in, and I'm thinking, yeah, you're looking at maybe about that size. So, but yeah, I was actually happy to get this. A picture of Princess Mononoke, which is, very rare, and it's done very well. It's drawn very well, so I really like that. I really do. Just blew my mind on it. So, but yeah, I was just happy to get it, and yeah, that's really all I could say on what I got. But and again, I had others. I had other options to get other pictures, maybe other different ones. But when I saw this, it just stood out to me, and it's like, get this, because you don't. Here's the thing: as good as this is, you don't see much Mononoke merchandise out there. You don't see many Mononoke pictures, paintings, whatever, drawings, whatever. You don't see many of those out there. I saw this and I said, I gotta get it. I have got to get it. And I'm glad I did. I really am. So, but anyway, that's pretty much gonna do it for my Apricot Fiesta overview, as well as my Apricot Fiesta haul video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you think, and I'll talk to y'all later.